What's up, nation? Welcome to another edition of the Wise Take NBA DFS podcast. I am your host, CK013. You can find me on Twitter at CK_013, and I'm joined once again by two of Wise Take's finest NBA DFS analysts. First up, we got Johnny the Greek. You can find him on Twitter at GDaddy80. Johnny, how you doing today?
I'm all right. I'm just trying to wipe this horrible slate off that we had today. Man, the Bell news just killed me, and moving on to tomorrow.
Yeah, man, that was rough. I guess you could say you got your bell wrong.
Seriously.
No, but seriously, that was cold, man. That was rough. Obviously, those people that faded Bell, like I personally, not trying to brag, but I didn't have any Bell. So obviously, if you didn't have him, like his popularity, at least on FanDuel, like it was a big leverage. Like that was actually a huge thing, and the slate ended up pretty low scoring. And to what we remember, John, we were talking on the White Stream. We thought it was going to be a really high scoring slate, and that alone really did level the scores a lot. Like on FanDuel, it really wasn't as high scoring as I thought it was going to be. Normally, when we have all this cheap value and those studs, like people are able to just go stars and scrubs and just put up these massive scores, and that really wasn't the case tonight, man.
No, the scrubs came through tonight, man.
You're right.
None of them.
You're right. None of the scrubs came through, and obviously Bell being as popular as he was, at least like again on FanDuel, he was like 40% in the donkey. That just completely just. I mean, come on, man. Like a couple seconds into the game, I mean, it was rough, and that wasn't even the only big injury in that game. Chris Dunn literally ate the court. That was rough. At least he lasted most of the game though, but yeah, man, Bell definitely was a slate breaker in his own right. We talk about slate breakers. Shout out to Cam. You know, when people do good, and that was another example. And like but at the end of the day, those things happen. It's injuries, right? It's injuries. At least he was on the court. I mean, it was only a couple. I guess it was only a couple seconds, but at least he didn't get late scratched. You know, injury is something that happens when a guy gets late scratched or something like this. That's a decision being made. But when a guy gets hurt, and you live to fight another day. We're also joined by the man himself, CashinDFS. You can find him on Twitter at CashinDFS. You can also find him in the Golf Premium chat around this time of night. Around I think yesterday, today, and pretty much into tomorrow morning will be Cash's golf time. And Cash, how you doing, man?
I mean, I almost cashed with that zero.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
I did cash. I did cash in cash because I played cash today, but I got close to tournaments with Dragic sucking and Durant sucking and Davis sucking.
Mm-hmm.
I was expecting much more from Davis, but yeah, I got close, but couldn't even min cash with that zero.
Yeah, no, I hear you. My dud of the day, value dud of the day was Willie Reed. Which, Johnny, props to you, man. You did call the foul trouble, and that's basically what happened. Willie Reed started, and like he was poised to get the run, but he got in foul trouble, man. Just couldn't. Like they needed to give Harrell the run because Willie Reed just couldn't guard anybody, man. So that was a good call, Johnny. It was.
How did Randall do tonight?
That's a good question.
Julius Randle.
That's a good question. I honestly don't know.
I liked him.
All I know is Carmelo blew him up. If he probably didn't. He was the defense wasn't good.
No, I don't know. I mean,
I had Melo. I didn't have Randall.
I think Randall did like okay. I'm pretty sure he did. I'm not positive, but I thought at one point I looked. I think his numbers were decent about halfway through the game, but I'm not positive. I really don't know. I had a decent day considering. Like it sounds like despite the wackiness, despite the value not coming through, like. Some of it was salvageable, but like nobody really kind of did their thing. Like even like Curry at one point seemed like he was gonna be like the nuts player, and like he just kind of stopped. Like he was like on pace to put up like 60 at one point. He just kind of fizzled down.
I can tell you who the nuts was.
Who was the nuts?
Patty Mills.
Patty Mills was the nuts. He was. Patty Mills went off, man. I don't even know what his price was. Do you guys know?
It was on FanDuel. He was like 3.6, I believe.
Do you know what he was on DraftKings, Johnny?
No, I wasn't even interested in him. So
I know, right?
I didn't even. It's sad, but
Donovan Mitchell is so good Love
I
that
can't
kid.
believe Denver gave him up for Lyles. I just can't believe it.
Yeah.
I can't
Okay,
believe
so
it wasn't the
Randall's-
first. I can't believe it wasn't the first pick in the draft.
I pulled up the Randall real quick. So Randall went 16 points, 3 turnovers, 1 block, 3 assists, and a rebounds.
Not very good.
Funny enough, but
No, and Whiteside too.
Whiteside,
yeah,
yeah.
Whiteside. Finally, he's played those guys how many times recently, and just unable to hit to really put a dominant score up. And he finally did it today when nobody really was looking there. So that's just the way DFS works. But
Yes, sir.
it was definitely a strange night across the NBA. But we knew it, Johnny. We knew going into this slate it was going to be crazy. All the news that came out, and we just said this is funky. We just said this is going to be like one of those.
This is why I should play cash every day.
Yes.
Because cash was easy. I cashed very easily in cash, but
yeah. Did you have Bell in your cash game?
Of course.
Yeah. How you know how popular he was in cash?
I can go look.
I'm just curious.
Hold on 1 second.
Here's the thing. Johnny was telling us. Johnny, you said on DraftKings he was really only like 30-something%. I was very shocked.
He was 84.
See, you see, like that's what I was expecting. That's why when Bell went out, I thought you would be okay because I didn't think on FanDuel. I knew he would be like 80-something%. Like you know what I mean? Like,
but you have to remember though with DraftKings that you can move people around to the forward, center, power forward. Like it's just too many movements. So I think he was going to be the highest owned guy until the green news popped. The Gasol, the green news is going to start, and then Davis. Everyone was trying to jump off of him, and then they were trying to cram in LMA. Like that's the big thing was like the cash build that won pretty much everything was like went with like LMA, Evans, and Westbrook. And then went like Harrell, and either Harrell or Bell, and then Green. That was like the big play there. So
yeah,
Davis was 72 on FanDuel, and
Davis was like 80%. Yeah, he was a lot.
Yes, he was popular on both sides, and he didn't do his thing. I was a little. I mean, I didn't even play Davis, but I was still a little disappointed because I do like the kid, and I thought like, oh, maybe we'll see him do some stuff, and he was a little disappointing. And then how about Porzingis get like what would he get 6? Porzingis got like 6 blocks and 3 steals.
Yeah, I think he had 59 on.
On FanDuel, that's just ridiculous. That's just. We talked about how adding steals. We talked before the season about adding that. About how FanDuel doing that is going to add to the variance, and that's a perfect situation of that. Like it's like, you know what I mean.
The magician showed up.
He did, man. He did.
Well.
And he even started off the game with a phenomenal disappearing act. He started off the game with that and got it out the way, and then that's it. He woke up after that.
I guess his assistant was Patty Mills today, and then woke him up from a coma because the first like half, the first quarter, I think like 5 or 6 minutes through, he had a big donut, and Cam was just, oh, there he goes, disappearing act again. So it was funny.
Yes.
Hey man, Dinwiddie got there. I love Dinwiddie today.
Yeah, man, he did get there.
I was gonna make him. I almost made him my number 1 overdone, but I didn't. Man,
Chris, every time you say his name, my teeth hurt. Man, you got to see that, man. You got to see it. Pull it up on your phone while we're talking. Like, it was rough, man. It was rough. It was one of them situations where it's like even the replay, like you didn't want to look, but you couldn't really not look because it's not every day you see somebody fall on the face like that from that high up. Hopefully he's all right though, because I do like Chris Dunn.
I love Chris Dunn.
Me too, man. Me too.
And just so you know that Cam is the reason why Bell went out, literally like right before the game started. Bell said he's like Bell's gonna break his leg.
Yeah, he did.
Literally right before the game starts. I swear to God. Yes, I have no Bell exposure, and I know Gausa was off Bell today, and literally like no joke. Paulie goes like 26 seconds after the game started. He's like, "Yeah, Bell just got carried off the floor."
Yeah, man, that was.
And I was like, "No way, dude! You guys are trolling, right?" And he's like, "No, he really did."
Oh,
and then I look on there and saw like Jeff El Jefe, and he was like, "Well, I'm going to sleep now."
Oh man, yeah, that was a rough one. Non-contact.
I don't
injury.
know. I just don't know how you don't play Bell today. Like, I don't know. There's no way I was not going to play Bell today.
Yeah. I was on a Jermichael Green train, man. I really wanted him. I just would, once Gasol went out, he was the guy that I really wanted. Jermichael Green. All right, guys.
That was good.
Yeah,
that was good.
This time, but we know it didn't start off so good. He got in foul trouble right away. I was like, all right, here we go.
And my boy did well too, Jarrell Martin.
He did.
I love that guy.
He's always the sneaky one when everybody's out, like because he doesn't start. Like he's always the guy. He's usually cheaper than everybody else anyway, and then he ends up going out there and doing his thing. So I like that.
The best one.
He is. All right, guys. We got a 4-game slate here. Very another kind of weird slate. Houston is pretty thin. We'll talk about that later. We got Philly and Boston. Looks like Kyrie is a game time decision. We got a lot of moving parts here, and so let's just go ahead and get right in this. We'll go game by game again, 4 games like we do. Johnny, I'm going to start with you, man. I know that you're looking at things from a DraftKings perspective, but just talk to me about this game. Maybe who stands out from a price standpoint, matchup standpoint, and maybe even a little game theory how you think this game might go. First up, we got Philly at Boston. Boston's coming off that overtime. They lost to New Orleans, right? I don't know what overtime. They ended up losing.
Yes.
All right. So talk to me about Boston coming off a loss in OT, but at home against Philly.
Yeah, so I mean, this game really is going to depend on Irvin and Smart. They're both questionable. I know Redick's out already for Philly, so I think that Philly, if Irving's out, I don't think this game's going to stay close. I think Philly's going to beat them. Philly played them pretty decent over in London. And now I'm looking at pricing here, and Joel Embiid, he got a $1,200 discount from his last game. He's only $9,400, so I'm really interested in him tomorrow on DraftKings at $9,400 on the Philly side. And then you have Ben Simmons, and I'm not a Ben Simmons guy, but he's only $7,900 now on DraftKings. His price is starting to go down. I think he's still a little bit too expensive for me to want to play him. He's really calmed down with the triple doubles. So I don't think I'll be on him tomorrow, but I definitely think Embiid. So far, I like him a lot. I like Brown a lot tomorrow on the Boston side. I think that especially if Irving's out, I think his usage is going to go up a lot. So I like that. And also if Irving's out, I'm going to like Smart, but I think Smart's his questionable as well. So I would probably be on Rozier. Rozier would be a great value play to get into the lineups on the cheap. Also on the Philly side, I think that Covington's in play. He's going to get some of the JJ minutes, so I think that'll be okay tomorrow. He hasn't been great lately. He's been kind of hit or miss, but I think that makes it even a better tournament play. I don't think a lot of people are going to be on him tomorrow, so I think that's a good play. And I think Tatum's in play as well. I like Tatum at 5,400, and maybe some McConnell tomorrow, a little bit, and some Bayless. You can probably play Bayless tomorrow. I would prefer McConnell over Bayless for the $200 price difference. That's it for me.
What does JJ Redick being out do for you? Does it do anything? Does it tweak like the way?
Hell yes, it does. It does plenty for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I like Covington because of that a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
I think it opens up Covington and McCollum a little bit.
McConnell. Gotcha.
McConnell, yeah.
Right back. I will say one thing about these two teams. These, aside from the overtime game against New Orleans, these are two of the most rested teams in the league. They got to be. I'm looking at the last time these guys played. Like before Boston just played that game against New Orleans, which it did go to overtime, don't get me wrong. But before that, they hadn't played since the 11th, and it was against Philly. I think it was when they went to England. So they had 5 days off after their trip to England. Then they finally played that game on the 16th against New Orleans, which it did go to overtime. And then on the other side with Philly, obviously, they on the 11th they were also, it was against Boston in England, and they didn't play till the 15th. So they haven't played since the 15th still. So like Philly's got to be super rested right now. Cash, what are your thoughts on this game?
Hold on. When did it? Shit. Well, it really depends on that guard situation in Boston. But with JJ out, it makes me love McConnell. I really like McConnell his last game. I didn't play him, and he went ham. He went almost 50, which does not make me happy because that just means more people play him. But when JJ was out earlier in the year, that's when McCollum was having some ceiling games, and I couldn't expect the same. Because he won't get, like, if Smart and Kyrie play, he won't get no Smart defense. He'll get Kyrie defense. But if Kyrie misses, better believe you go to Terry Rozier. If oh my God, if Kyrie and Smart both happen to miss, oh, you just give everybody a bump. Like, that means I will. If both of them miss, pretty sure there will be 4 Boston Celtics in my lineup. Don't know exactly which 4 Boston Celtics, but I'm pretty sure if Kyrie and Smart miss, there'll be 4 Boston Celtics in my lineup. So I'm not going to go to TLC. Maybe some will go there and it'll keep people away from McConnell, but I'm not going there. If both of those guys miss, like, Morris is going to have to play more than his little, I would think. Plays like 25 minutes a game tops. Doesn't even get to 25 sometimes. But they would have to move Jalen down to the 2 and Tatum to the 3 and Morris to the 4. So, like I said, I would love all these Boston Celtics if they miss. Covington, I can't play. He hasn't shown me nothing. I'm not playing. I would play Sark over Simmons, but I don't think I play either. Sark is cheap though. 5-3 on FanDuel. That's tempting. I mean, oh man, it's very tempting. I don't see how he doesn't get value at that price. And Joel Embiid is in a nut matchup. But do I want to pay 10 G's for Joel Embiid today? I'm not sure. Has not been showing me upside, really. So I doubt it. Unless he's playing the Lakers, he ain't getting upside, really. That's it.
Okay.
Load up on Celtics if they both miss. What do y'all think? I don't think Smart misses. What, Kyrie maybe? Smart is a soldier.
Yeah, what is he, sick? Isn't the whole team like sick or something? Isn't that the...
Well, Smart is.
Yeah. I think he'll play.
I think Smart plays. The Kyrie is the question for me.
I think especially if Kyrie is out, I think Smart's going to want to play. You know what I mean? Smart's going to want to play regardless, but he'll know that there's more opportunity. You know what I mean? More shots he could brick. You know what I mean?
Nah, man. He's at home. He shoots a little better at home.
Yeah, so he shoots like 25% instead of 15.
He's like 11%, bro.
So
was I giving him too much credit?
Yeah. Good question.
I was gonna say, if Kyrie misses, how many do you think Rozier gets? Over 30? I would think so, right?
Yeah, I mean, I would think so. Especially like my biggest concern if Kyrie misses is really like how rested Philly is. You know, it could be a bad thing, but I
don't think, even with Kyrie out, I don't think Philly could take over this game. I don't think they would. I'm not worried about that.
Yeah,
because Rozier can ball.
Rozier's like
that's one thing Rozier can do.
He's the guy now that kind of pops out. He's cheap, obviously, and he's been getting there even with Kyrie on the court. You know.
Yeah, I know. And on FanDuel, all these dudes' prices is down. Like
Same
except Horford. I mean, Horford is where he should be, but like Tatum is coming down. Smart is never going up because he plays 24 minutes a game. Jaylen Brown came up a little bit, but he's still under 6. So, like, none of these guys is priced out, especially if Kyrie misses. So, I mean, I'm gonna load up on the Celtics if Kyrie misses. It might become, it probably becomes chalk, but maybe a lot of guys don't go for Celtics. They just want 2. They want Rozier, or they just want 2 or 3. But I think I'll have 4 if Kyrie misses.
Yeah.
Well, I think on DraftKings though, it's definitely viable. Like for me, I won't play Smart. I would play Rozier, and then I would rather play Tatum for $300 more than Smart. He's only $5,400, or Brown at $5,900 than Smart. I think they both have more upside. So I would go in that direction. But I could definitely think that playing 3 or 4 Celtics would be viable if Smart and Irving's both out.
Yeah, I think we could see, like, if Kyrie is ruled out, then I think the slate becomes very, like, the chalk build becomes that stars and scrubsy kind of build, which means, like, Butler and LeBron and all those guys are going to be super high owned, because we know that there's value in the Rockets game, which we're going to get to. I'm not sure of the DraftKings prices, but we know there's already value there. So if you're giving us Rozier also, and you know what I'm saying, like, and then you pair it with the Rockets value, you can get, and it's only a 4-game slate to begin with, you can get pretty much whoever you want. So
yeah, you could get up to Cat in his 32 fantasy.
You could get 32 from Cat. You know, you could pay all the way up for a 32. Like, why get a 32 cheap when you can pay all the way up because you got the money? It's like, you know, yeah, I'm with you. Yeah. All right, let's move on to this next game, guys. Johnny, I'm gonna swing it back to you, man. Talk to me about Orlando and Cleveland. With LeBron went nutty, like he was on a little cold spell, and then he went nutty in Orlando when they played. Situation is different though; they're at home. This time, we've seen Orlando kind of struggle on the road with blowouts. They've struggled in general, but they've been able to. They've managed to keep games closer at home. It seems. Talk to me about this game, Johnny. What do you think?
Yeah, so this game is definitely interesting. You have LeBron at the top here. He's the highest guy on the slate. I don't think I could play him in this matchup. I think that they're going to come in a little bit angry after the last matchup they had with Orlando. I'd also prefer some other plays on the Cavs that's a lot cheaper. I'm going to first go over the Orlando side of what I like, and I think is interesting. I really was when I was looking up this matchup before I looked at pricing, I really wanted to play Biyombo, but then I looked at his price, and I don't know why, but he was like the only guy on the slate that decided to price up at $6,200 now. So I can't play him. I don't at that price in this matchup. A center I really do like, and he just came out and performed really well. It's based on the news if Mo Spates is going to be out, but it's Keem Birch. He didn't get that big of a price range. He's only 3,300.
They got him at center on DK.
Power forward and center.
That kid ain't no center.
He's big though. He's like 7 foot.
That kid ain't no center. But yeah, go ahead.
He looked real good against Cat. I'll just say that. He looked real good. He was really active.
That's not hard.
No, but nor is Cleveland. You know what I mean? So like, I think it's just as good of a matchup. You know, I think if he's gonna play, if Spates is ruled out right now, it has an O by him, but he's still questionable. I think he's a good play at $3,300 for some savings here. I like that. You know, really, when it comes to this game, like maybe I could play some Fournier. You know, he had a really good game. He had his most points, a career high last game. His price hasn't gone up too much. It's $5,500, so I think he's in play tomorrow. And then I think Hazonia is actually in play at 43. He's been playing pretty good. And then out of the point guards, I'm really off of Peyton. I would prefer Augustine at $3,700 just in case there is a blowout here. And on the Cleveland side, I'm on 2 plays. You know that really look good to me. One's going to be Isaiah Thomas. He shot 21 shots last game. He's 5,700. He put up 26 DK points. He had over 25 minutes last game. I think he's going to get into the mid-20s to 30s. If his shot can fall, he's going to be the best value on the slate. So I like him. And then I like a little bit of Wade here. And I could probably talk myself into a little bit of Crowder. But that burned me last game, but I could definitely maybe go back there again at 3,700.
Okay. All right. Definitely something worth noting. Aaron Aflalo, a guy that I think most have probably forgotten about. It should get suspended for that punch he threw at Bielitsa.
Should?
I would imagine. Yeah, he should. He should. But the guys like Aflalo, sometimes they can slide under the radar. You know, sometimes the NBA, sometimes those are the guys the NBA forgets about. You know what I mean? Like, and who did he swing on? Bielitsa. It's like,
no. I don't think when you cock back like that,
and throw a roundhouse, like a wild roundhouse, and you hit his neck. No, but the craziest, but the craziest thing with it was, so he knew he was getting kicked out. Bielitsa puts him in a chokehold and is choking the guy out. Okay, and they're trying to separate him. He won't let him go, and he has like this look on his face, like, I got kicked out. What? What did I do? You know, like.
Well, I agree. He shouldn't have got kicked out. Dude tried to kill him.
He did.
I mean,
he did.
You shouldn't get kicked off of that.
In all reality, he handled that situation the most ideal way the NBA could have preferred. Like, he didn't just sit there and let Aflalo romp on his face. He simply put him in a hold, and he had his hands out, just like, "Hey, man, I don't want it." Hey, this guy. And Aflalo looked like, I mean, don't get me wrong, that was a solid punch, but he did kind of, at the end of the day, it's. You ever like, you see a kid fight, like one little kid's trying to fight a bigger kid and the bigger kid don't want to fight him, so like he just does something, like he pushes his face back and the little kid swinging. That's what it reminded me of, man. He ran up, he threw a gangster punch, and then he ends up in a little headlock. I was like, oh, I was like, that's not good for you. That's not good for your street cred, man. I was like, you know what I'm saying?
The mean farms of Compton, baby.
There it is.
Oh, God.
Punch and be punched. I like it.
He looked like he was in like Don't Be a Menace in South Central, like Jiggy Ju just there with that wild roundhouse. That was ridiculous.
Man. If he would have connected, though, that's what it's all about, man. It's that first shot. You get that first shot and you make it count. He was trying to make it count.
It was like half hammer, half roundhouse. It was fun. It was a funny punch. It was funny.
Yeah. With that said, Cash, talk to me about this Orlando game. Talk to me about what your thoughts are on the guy. I think Johnny was just talking about. What's his name? The guy that just went nuts over there, Birch.
Yeah, Birch.
Yeah, nah. There's too much. If the value opens up in Boston and we already know in Houston, there's too much out there for me to go there. Like, he could literally play 0 minutes tomorrow. Like, that's a very, very good possibility that he plays 0 minutes. Unless it blows out.
With Spates being out, though. That's why he got the run.
I mean, he still could play 0 minutes if Spates is out. That is a possibility. But I don't think he does. I think he does play if Spates is out. I mean, I do think he does play, but with this other value out there, the only way I play him is if I'm going to play it as a blowout, which that's as good as a chance of anything happening because Magic suck.
Yeah.
They have played Cleveland well this year, though. Like, they beat them in Cleveland, played them well in Orlando, which I thought they was going to get blowed out. Coming back to Cleveland. But, I mean, for me, I would think it would be a stack or just stay away. Like, I don't think that these guys are getting there if the game isn't close. So, but if my favorite Magic player would be Aaron Gordon, just because I know he has major upside at that 7.5K price. Like, he could go for 55 if he's on. Like, he could do that. Not the greatest matchup against Crowder, but I mean, I could do it. He just had a good game against him in Orlando. Elfrid Payton interests me too, but just because it's Isaiah Thomas, but just so up and down. It's just the guy has like an 11-point floor, and it's just crazy. And it's just so stupid every time I watch him on the court. He gets blocked by his hair when he shoots the ball.
Yes, I know.
Every time I watch him, I'm just like, you're so stupid, dude. You wonder why you can't shoot. Why don't you watch yourself shoot, you dumb mother? Cut that stupid ass hair, you idiot. He looks so stupid. He gets blocked by his own hair every time he shoots the ball.
It looks like a hand in his face, dude. It's hilarious.
So dumb. And the shit is ugly. Like, cut it off your head, bro. You look like an idiot. Straight up. Isaiah Thomas shot a lot of shots. He got over 30 minutes. But I don't know. I mean, it's a great matchup for him, but I doubt it. Like I doubt I go there. Evan Fournier went ham last game. I had interest, but he didn't make it for me, and I didn't use him. And I doubt I do here. LeBron James is LeBron James, but am I going to pay 12.5 for LeBron James? I highly doubt it. Jonathan Simmons, that 4 or 5, that interests me as well. Like, that's cheap. But man, yeah, I don't like much here. Like, this is going to be a stack or stay away from me. Like, yeah. Biz, I love, but I don't think this is not a matchup for Biz. Like, Kevin Love is not a matchup for Biz.
As Goutsab says, only one of them will win.
Oh, yes. Somebody's going to win. It's going to be the Cavs.
Yes. I was referring to the Bismack Love thing. Like, it's either going to go really good for one of those guys. Either Bismack is beasting Love and Love can't stop him, or Love is hitting threes and Bismack just can't get out there and he gets pulled because he's killing him. You know what I mean? It seems like it's going to go one or the other. It doesn't seem, you know what I'm saying?
Or they're both ghosts on the court.
Yeah, I guess so. Or they're both just ghosts on the court. I definitely.
I wish Coach would play Biz more minutes.
Yeah. No. I do too. Yeah, I definitely do. I mean, and like this is like we've seen these big physical centers just completely destroy Cleveland. Like we've seen them do it. You know, it's you prefer a guy that's a little bit more offensively reliable. I think that's a little worrisome with paying an elevated price for a guy like Biz. But yeah, I'm with you though. Like. I could see a world where he's just down there thrashing Kevin Love. Kevin Love don't want to be banged out with nobody. He's got sore hips, remember? Kevin Love got sore hips.
Yeah, he got a sore bunch of things. Bismack kill him. Oh my god.
Yes. But I'm with you, Cash. I think it's a game stack or leave it kind of situation. Maybe take some of these cheap guys. You make a good point with Simmons, especially with the Flalo out. Hazonia, Johnny, I'm thinking maybe Hazonia could pick up on some of those minutes. Again, I prefer him more when he's down low. But still, he's going to get more minutes and he's cheap. So I do think he's worth a look. It's funny how far along we've come. There was a time where I mentioned Hazonia once and I got laughed at. And now he's at a point where like he's almost you kind of have to consider him because the Magic don't seem to know what they want to do with him. And at times they give him run.
You know? I think the word
I won't consider him unless dudes is out. And more than just a Flalo, dude. I'm talking about dudes that matter. Like dudes that actually touch the court.
I don't think it was that we laughed at you. It was more like, hey, if you want to play Mario Hazonia, here's my PayPal. Go ahead and PayPal
me. Yeah. Oh, that's funny. But yeah, man, I think I will say with I'm with you. It's a game stack or leave it kind of situation. I can't play LeBron and not bring it back with these Orlando guys because I don't see a world in which he pays off that 12-something salary is on FanDuel without Orlando keeping it close. Elfin Gordon is always a correlation I like. I think you almost have to kind of play Elf in these situations because he's the guy besides Gordon that has the most upside on the team. Like realistically, it's Elf. Elf is the only other guy on the team that can really hit 60. You know what I mean? That's an idealist world. Obviously, this game definitely has the makings of a blowout. Don't get me wrong. But one guy,
if there was a dude in this game that for the Magic that I think could get to 60, it would be Elf over Gordon.
Yes, he's going to have the matchup on IT2. Isaiah Thomas got 31 minutes against Golden State, so he's going to see 27 minimum, right, Johnny? I think you were saying minimum 27 for IT2.
Yeah, but the problem that you're running here with Payton, though, the only thing is that if he's shitting the bed, if he's crapping his pants like he has been, like he did last game, they're just going to leave Augustine out there. So
yeah. I just think that I think with Elf, him having a good game. I think is their best chance of this game keeping close for fantasy purposes. You know what I mean? I think he's their best option.
I agree 100%.
But this is definitely a GPP only kind of thing. Like this game very well likely could blow out. Orlando has been up and down, and like they've shown a little bit of promise at home, but on the road it's a whole different story. If guys aren't hitting their shots, then we're going to see more of the same. Isaiah Thomas, man, I know he hasn't been playing great, but one of these games,
his shot,
he's gonna do it. If his shot starts to fall, he's gonna do it. And the minutes are there, the price ain't quite up there. This is a guy where last year, if I had told you I'll give you Isaiah Thomas a 5-7 for 30 minutes, you'd be jumping for joy. You know what I mean?
Every day,
every day,
every single lineup, every single day.
So
I'm playing him until his price goes up.
Until he finally does it, right?
I don't really care. Yeah, I'm fine.
I hear you. All right, guys, let's move over to this next game here. Should have some chalk value plays just because it's the one everybody knows about already. And also, it's Houston. People love Houston. They're fast paced. Minnesota's been playing well in general. So Minnesota at Houston here. Harden should play, I think. If he does play, he's a game time decision. If he does play, it looks like he's cleared for 25 minutes. But we know Ariza is suspended. Gerald Green is suspended. Anybody else? I feel like I'm missing somebody from that list. But Johnny, take it away, man. If I missed anybody, let me know.
No, Chris Paul didn't get suspended.
That's right. He didn't get suspended.
Yeah, he didn't get suspended.
He did not.
So Harden's supposed to come back. Like, I was watching the game, and Harden was ready to come back the last game, but they wanted him to sit out one more game. So it looks like he's going to play this game from what they were talking about during the game. So I can't play him at this price though for 25 minutes. I know he can hit his value in 25 minutes, but not for me. It's a short slate. There's some other plays here. Chris Paul, I think, is going to play at 9,500. He's got a price decrease because Harden's coming back. So I could definitely play some Chris Paul. I don't know if I'm going to go there, but he's definitely in play. You have Jimmy Butler here, on the Minnesota side. That really intrigues me. At 8,800, I think that he's in play. I think he's my preferred play here on Minnesota. I think that he's going to have a good game because Towns is just so inconsistent. So I think he's going to have a good game to keep this game close with Harden coming back and with Chris Paul and so on and so forth here. So I also like Jeff Teague a little bit here on the Minnesota side at 6,300. But he's not a core play or anything like that. I think he's more of like, I'm going to stack this game. I can't play Ryan Anderson because it's at home. I know he's going to start, but I just don't like it. I think that PJ Tucker is going to be a decent play tomorrow at 3,500. He's going to get a lot of minutes. He's just, the only thing is, when he was with when he was with the Suns and when he was with Washington or Toronto, I should say, he was a much better shooter and he was taking a lot of shots. He doesn't seem to take so many shots anymore in his role here with Houston, but he's a great defender. 3,500. If there's no other value that opens up, definitely it could be good value. I think for me on this game, that's really it. I can maybe play a little Capella, but I like some other centers that are playing, so I think I'm gonna probably pass there.
Okay, Cash, talk to me about this game. Your take on the Houston value, your take on the entire game, Harden, everything. What you got?
My 2-year-old is nuts. He's in his room right now talking to himself in the dark.
Does he really talk to you under the door or something? You said
he does. He does. Chris Paul. I like Chris Paul today because when James Harden gets announced in, everybody that's been riding Chris Paul is going to jump off because they're going to be like, oh, he's overpriced for Harden playing, and Harden's going to be limited in minutes, and Harden actually helps Chris Paul. Because he takes away the defense. You have to focus on Harden because he's by far the best player on the court. And Chris Paul is playing better for the most part when Harden was on the court. Like when he came back from his injury, he was having some massive games with Harden out there. So I do like Chris Paul. And on FanDuel, they're almost identical prices. So maybe some donkeys is going to James Harden on a minutes limit, which even in 25 minutes, he could still get to 50. Like, that's a possibility. But I don't think so because they're going to put Butler on his ass. So that leaves Eric Gordon for me. I do like Eric Gordon as well because he'll get Wiggins when Harden is on the court. And he should play plenty of minutes at the small forward because Ariza and all them guys is out. And he'll play some backup point guard. He'll handle the rock. So I do like that too. I know PJ Tucker is going to play minutes, but it's a matter of what he's going to do with those minutes. How many minutes? His minutes actually did take a little hit though. Not a lot, but a little with Bob Mute coming back.
And Green was stealing a little bit too.
Yeah. Well, Green was already there. Bahamute just came back. That was his first game back, and he got more minutes than Tucker. He got to 26. It was a revenge situation against the Clippers, but it was still his first game, and he got to 26. While PJ Tucker is a good defender, Bahamute is a better defender. So I could see Bahamute playing more minutes again to be out there for Butler. So at min price, he's a power forward on FanDuel, which kind of sucks, but I could do that. Jimmy Butler, of course, he's in this pace-up game. Yes, there's no Ariza there, so that takes away one defender. He only has to deal with Tucker and Bahamute. While they're both good defenders, they don't take me off of Butler. Taj Gibson. Taj Gibson is under 6,000. Taj Gibson played well against Orlando. I did not like Taj Gibson that day. I did not think that was a good matchup for him against Aaron Gordon. But he proved me wrong. He had a good game. I could definitely go there. Plenty of rebounding opportunities. I definitely like that at 5'6". Every time I play the Gorgeous Dong nowadays, he sucks. And then when I don't play him, he's getting 20 and 25. So I don't know. If I play him, yeah, I shouldn't. But I don't know if I'm going to. Cat, he's a bag of D's. A gigantic bag of big, huge, long D's. Clint Capella against Cat, he's all right. But if Nene returns, I would say no, but he's all right. That's it. You're on mute, CK.
Good call. Thank you. It seems like a lot of these games that we've gone through so far, they all seem, aside from the value plays themselves, as far as the actual studs, they all seem like maybe in a game stack. Maybe in a game stack. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I'm having a hard time, like, looking at guys and saying, I just want that piece.
That's Indiana, Portland. I think Butler is my favorite. Him and Chris Paul. I like Chris Paul a lot for tournaments because I do think people is going to come off of him.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. And I'm, again, like, if Harden plays, it's only better for Paul. In this particular matchup especially, because of the fact that Butler, number one, it's going to give Butler main responsibility. Because if Harden's not on there and Chris Paul tries to take over, Butler there's nobody else that he has to really worry about.
Yeah.
All the scores are pretty much, you know what I'm saying? Like, that he has to worry about are gone. So it's like he'll just score right to Paul. And, you know. So, yeah, I'm with you. I'm hoping that Harden does play so that it frees up things for Chris Paul. We already have the value, so we can afford a guy like him and a guy like Butler as well. We're going to move on to this last game. Indiana at Portland. Two teams that are bad against power forwards. And should be interesting. Portland, again, playing at an extremely slow pace. We got Dame at home. We got Oladipo visiting to Portland. Portland has also struggled against wings. Johnny, talk to me about this last game, the late night hammer.
Yeah, so Dame's price went down. He's 8,700. I think he's definitely in play tomorrow. Oladipo, his price is a little bit cheaper than Dame's, 8,500. I like the price, but he hasn't played well in this matchup in the past, so I don't think I'm going to go there. I think I would prefer to play.
What's the past?
We'll see. Last 3 games against Dame.
Well, I mean, that was in OKC, so you can't.
Well, this
count
game.
that.
Well, we played this season though. They played this season.
That's only one game.
So this game, and then I'm just counting them when they play on the court together, like usage against each other.
Yeah, well, I feel you. I understand, but when he was at OKC, he was nothing. He was not even 1/10 of the player he is right now.
No, I get it. Well, same player, just getting more exposure, right? More usage, right?
No, he's improved.
So
as
does
well.
the talent. So does the talent. I mean,
he has gotten better. There's no doubt about that.
Sure. I just, it's not a play for me. I'm just not an Oladipo guy. I think he's in play. Like, as I said, I think he's in play. He's just not in play. How much is he? 8,500. So I'd rather play Jimmy Butler at 88.
Oh, wow. Yeah, no, I agree. I agree with that one.
So that's kind of what I'm looking at. I'm looking at what plays I'm looking at and stuff like that. So, but in this game, like, I'd rather play Lillard at 87.
Okay, hold on. Who's above 10K on DK?
Harden?
LeBron and Harden, that's it?
And LeBron, yep.
That's it? Okay.
Yeah. because I want to get I'm just looking at what I want. So yeah, Oladipo, again, he's in play, just not for me. I'd rather play, Butler. I'd rather play CJ in this game at 73. CJ's really cheap, so I'd rather play that. I really like Nurk tomorrow. I think he's underpriced at 6,400 on DraftKings. I think that's a great price in this matchup. I'm not afraid of indie bigs at all. So it doesn't matter if it's Sabonis or Turner's out. I think still, but it doesn't matter if Sabonis is there or not. So I could definitely do that. I think on the Portland side, I like Amino a little bit. His price has gone up to 5,000, but I think he's definitely in play. You can even talk me into some Lance Stevenson at 47. It's not my favorite play, but if he's the last in, and there's no other value that you like, then you could definitely play him. And then I think Sabonis is also in play tomorrow, but I prefer Nurk. So that's really it for me in this game.
Okay. Cass, what are your thoughts here?
I like this game. My thoughts is Collison, man. He's cheap, but he's not.
Yeah, but remember,
he's just hit or miss, man. And it's been mostly misses lately. It's been so many misses. I loved him against Phoenix, and he only got to 27, but that was a blowout, though. So
remember the Utah? We were talking about such a great matchup for him, and he stunk it up there too.
Yeah, Utah point guards have been going for Utah against Utah, but he's a question mark for me. I like the price. I like that he's gonna get Dame or McCollum, but Shabazz interests me as well as a pivot off of other value plays. He's not gonna get the huge minutes, but he's shown he has upside even in limited minutes. Victor Oladipo I really like, but he is 9-3. But with all the value, I could probably fit him pretty easily. But if I play him, then I want a Dame or a McCollum coming back. I don't think I want Victor Oladipo without at least one of them two. And small forward, they're all so freaking cheap. I don't think I get to any of these guys. I just don't think I get to any of these guys. Sabonis. There's some narrative for Sabonis here. His father, which was so great at basketball.
Yeah.
So great at basketball. Once he got here, he didn't have no knees left. But his father played his career in the NBA in Portland, so maybe the kid comes to play. Maybe his father is there. I don't know. I don't know if his father moved back over the pond or if he's living over there in Oregon. I don't know. But I much prefer him over Thaddeus Young. Amino is just a blah play every day. He's just whatever. Nurkic is a big bag of D, but it is a good matchup for him. So maybe he's in play, but if I play him, guaranteed 13 to 16. Never gets above 16 when he hits my roster.
Just let me know when you're going to roster him then so I won't play him. Just text me.
And that's it. I do like Zach Collins. He is the future here. Get Nurkic the hell out of here. I like this kid.
He can shoot. He looks good. I agree.
Yeah, I think definitely some stuff to think about here. I do like Oladipo. He's really expensive on FanDuel. On DraftKings is really where I think he's interesting. But on FanDuel, you get credit for the blocks and steals. A little concerned about the pace. I do prefer Oladipo in faster paced games, and Portland really hasn't been that. It's more so I think we're banking on Oladipo like scoring. We're really looking for him to shoot the ball and score. So it's a little risky taking a guy that expensive when you're hoping he shoots good. You know what I mean? But I do think this is a good matchup. I think he could have a big game if this game stays close. I think he's going to have a lot to do with that. And Sabonis, like you guys said, Sabonis and Aminu. This is like both these teams suck against power forwards. This is just like, you know what I mean? This just seems like one of those kind of back and forth. But Nurk, man, 6'5" on FanDuel too, Johnny. He's cheap across the board for a guy like him. It's strange.
Yeah, well, it's not. No. It's not strange. The dude sucks. The dude sucks.
Well, really, what I meant is strange that he sucks. That's really what I meant.
He doesn't suck though. It's just like
they don't use him
I
right.
don't know.
They don't use him right. Like he'll get run. He looks really good, and the coach will like take him out, and that's it. And then the run stops, and then they don't use him right the rest of the game. It's weird.
And he's actually very talented. Like when a lot of guys I say suck, like Cat, he doesn't really suck. He's really good at basketball, but he just sucks for fantasy purposes.
Yeah. He doesn't do what we want them to do.
Exactly.
but we forget about the whole thing. It's coaches script the games. They want everything the way they want it. It's not about what we want in DFS, and that's the risk we have. We have to just hit the games when we get lucky.
Yes, that does that. But eventually DFS is going to get so big that they're going to have to do whatever the players do.
Yeah.
There was a dude tweeted me today. He said you should be a coach of the team, and then we could actually play some DFS around here. You're right.
I saw that tweet.
No, I think you should still go to the
Your response was first of all, Joe's response was good. He said, "Oh, I can just picture Cash in a suit." Then your response, what he said, Cash responded with, "Yeah, you don't want to see me in a suit, something like that. Some purple suits, green suits,
gold suit, yeah."
I'll be looking sharp as an MFer out there, baby.
He's gonna have a skate skin. Yeah, there we go. He's got the gators, dude. Oh, this is gonna be great. You look like a big old pimp over there, no, but he needs to be the talent evaluator, so he could go and make Peyton cut his hair because he's like, dude, you got a hand in your face. There's nobody in front of you, but you can't shoot because there's a hand in your face every time. Yeah. Cut the fucking hair.
I could definitely see Cash. It would fit the build of how he would run his team. He would be dressed like a pimp. He would be the pimp, and his players are his hoes. And
I'd be like, man, I'll be throwing things out there.
So it's like the Tropic Thunder all over again, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, exactly. All right, guys. Before we get up out of here, I want you guys to we'll go position by position real quick. Let's do a quick first look top three. I know it's your guys' first look, and things are gonna change tomorrow. But just give me a top three. Johnny, I'll start with you. Point guards. We'll go all the way down.
Yeah, so for me, you just want the top three, you said, right?
Yeah, just the top three on your first look. I know that things are going to change come tomorrow. And Johnny will be on the Y stream tomorrow, guys. For those of you that want to see Johnny's finals take, he will be on the Y stream tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. Eastern. So
yeah, I've been getting a few tweets right before the show and asking me for my picks or if I'm going to be on the show for the Y stream. But yes, I will be on tomorrow. I am on Monday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, and now Saturdays, right?
And now Saturdays, that is correct.
Now Saturday. So, but yeah, I love Isaiah Thomas marked at 5,700. I don't care if it's a blowout. He can get it really quick. So, he's my number one. My number two is Dame Lillard. And I'm going to say Kyrie's out tomorrow, and I'm going to go with Terry Rozier. That's going to be a sellout, a cop-out, whatever, but that's my top three.
Okay. Cash, top three on FanDuel.
CP3, McConnell, and Rozier.
Boom.
If those guys miss, or if Kyrie misses.
Nice. Johnny, shooting guards.
Oh, I got to see on DraftKings. We got a cheat code. So, my number one is going to be Eric Gordon. Number two is going to be Butler, and number three is Chris Paul.
Yeah. There you go.
I just didn't want to see Chris Paul twice, so I wanted to fit him in, two spots.
They stick them where the options are on is pretty, right? I'm with you.
Yeah, exactly.
Cash, shooting guards on FanDuel a little bit different here.
Shooting guards on FanDuel is one ugly thing.
Oh, I think DraftKings is worse.
Oh my god. Oh. Hold on, I need 1 second here.
Yeah.
I hate saying this guy's freaking name, but I'll go Victor Oh God. Andrew Wiggins. I hate saying his name. And I'm actually gonna go Jamal Crawford. Jamal Crawford's not gonna win you no tournament, but he's most likely gonna go out there and get you 15 to 19 fantasy points at min price. I'm cool with that. In this up-paced game, maybe he pops for 23 or 24, but I don't like shooting a guard.
Yeah, hey, that's what you call a dumpster dive right there. Johnny the Greek, move us over to small forwards for DraftKings.
Yeah, so small forward is ugly on DraftKings, as I'm probably pretty sure it is on FanDuel. Wow. Let's see. Man. Okay, so I don't really want anything here at the top. I'll leave that one for power forward. I would say Fournier tomorrow, 5,500. Probably my number one. Then I would say Jaylen Brown, number two. And Covington, number three.
Okay. I'll run that range. Cash, talk to me about small forward top three on FanDuel.
It is Jimmy Butler by a country mile, Jaylen Brown, and then Jonathan Simmons with my good old LeBron defense.
There you go. LeBron defense. And, of course, this is definitely a matchup. I think Simmons minutes for a little bit took a dip. This is not one of those matchups, I think. First of all, they got back up over the last two games. And third of all, they're going to need him for LeBron. So I think Simmons gets a lot of minutes here. And it's a different situation because, like, in the last game, yeah, he played a lot of minutes guarding Butler, but then that meant Butler with a lot of time was guarding him too. So this is like a one-way street. You know what I mean? This is like a one-way. You play defense on LeBron, but you don't get on defense back. So
yeah, man, Butler and Kawhi are two
man.
freaks. Like they're gonna kill you on the offensive end, and they're gonna dominate you on the defensive end. They're both freaks.
Yes, agreed. All right, Johnny, move us over to power forwards.
Yeah, so man, I would say at the top. Aaron Gordon, 7,500. Let's see. Maybe we'll go Taj here. And then I'm going to throw Covington here at power forward. And when I said small forward a minute ago, I threw Covington in. I'm going to throw Simmons there. I thought he was power forward, but he's small forward eligible. So I'm going to shift my picks from Covington is going to be my third option at power forward, and third option over at small forward will now be Simmons.
Okay, pretty sure that's in some world that's a form of cheating, but I'll let it go.
I thought Simmons was small forward and power forward eligible, but he's small forward shooting guard.
I'm just messing with you, Johnny.
They moved the furniture too much at DraftKings.
They like that feng shui. I think they call that.
Exactly.
All right, Cash, power forwards, what you got on FanDuel?
Wow, Boston and Philly just played each other, huh?
Yeah. It was
I didn't know that.
It was in like a different country.
Oh yeah, that's right.
They played three times already.
Yeah.
Taj Gibson, Marcus Morris, Sabonis.
Say that again.
Taj Gibson, Marcus Morris, Sabonis.
Oh, okay. For some reason, I only heard Sabonis. I was like, what else? All right, Johnny centers, DraftKings.
Embiid, number 194, not even close for me. Number 2, I'm gonna go with Nurkic. Number 3, Capella. But if Mo Spates is out tomorrow, it would be the young gun there, Birch.
Yeah. Boom. Cash. FanDuel centers.
This is hideous.
Yes.
Capella. I mean, I don't want to say Embiid, but I mean, how can you not say Embiid in your top three? I mean, it's Capella is number one. Embiid and Al Horford if Kyrie is out.
And Al Horford. There we go. Guys, always a blast having you guys here on these late night hangouts. They're podcasts, but to me they're just hangouts because I'm just hanging out with two of Wise Take's finest. Don't forget, guys, if you are not already signed up, go check out wisetake.com. Check out our premium content. We get NBA articles Monday through Friday from Mr. CashinDFS. You also catch him and Johnny on the Wise stream from time to time. That is a live stream that we do privately for our members only. We do it about an hour and a half before lock. 7 days a week for NBA, just to kind of guide you up, fill you up on some news, tell you the plays everybody's on after they've done their research. Of course, we got tons of things. We got tons of tools. We got all kinds of stuff. It's a great, and the most important thing about it is it's a community. Like one of our best features is actually our chats. We have chats for several sports. Hopefully, you guys are watching live. You already got access to CashinDFS's golf package. If you're watching live with us right now, it's not too late. The golf lock is not until I think 11 a.m. Eastern. So if you're watching this the next day, it might be too late. But if not, go ahead and get yourself check out the golf package. You'll find it over at wisetake.com. Cash already has 2 articles. He has one on the course, one on his preferences of plays, and of course, there's actually a premium podcast that him and Paulie D recorded just to guide you in the line of building process. Also, huge MMA event, I believe, this weekend. Oh, no, it's not this. Is it this weekend? Yeah, I think it's this weekend. Huge MMA event, a bunch of big fights. We got Wig Splitter on it. Wig Splitter and Steve-O. They're doing the MMA podcast. They've already got the free YouTube podcast. Check that out. You're gonna want to do this. I'm telling you, the golf package. Don't sleep on it. The golf package and the MMA stuff, man. Like, I don't know a thing about either of those, and I've made money both. I've been making money playing them, like solid money, like solid money. So. Definitely check that out. The MMA fight, I think the card is Saturday or something like that. So you got some time to get up over there. I recommend you guys just try the all sports. So if you want just NBA, we got a $2.50 package. There's no excuse for you not to try the NBA. If you want access to everything, if you want the full experience, try a week. $14.99 gives you access to all sports, MMA, golf, NBA for a full week. I recommend you try it. With that said, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that thumbs up. That like button means a lot to us. If you're listening on Podbean, give us a follow. If you're listening on iTunes, give us some 5-star reviews. These things help us continue to do these shows for free for you guys. So please help us out and give us the feedback. Also, one more thing out there. I don't know if you guys know, for those of you that are really looking for help, if you really want to step up your game, we got some great coaching packages available. You can get a coaching package from Paulie D, from Johnny the Greek. Hopefully soon from CashinDFS even. But go to wisetake.com and check it out. We have some coaching packages available now. And there's no reason for you not to elevate your game. If you're serious about DFS, if you're serious about making money and lasting and playing in the long run, check it out, man. It's some of the best money you'll ever spend. Some hands-on, one-on-one time with some proven winners. I definitely recommend you check it out. With that said, Johnny, anything in closing?
No, I love the plug there, man. That's awesome. Thanks.
I did do that for you, bro.
Yeah. So no, I just a small slate. Be careful. Look out for the news tomorrow. Have some fun with it. I think sometimes we overlook that we do this sometimes just to add some value to the game that we want to watch. So
that's true. Let's have fun. That's a great point. The 7-game slate on Friday. 7-game slate. So keep that in mind.
Wheelhouse, baby.
Keep that in mind when you're setting your lineups for this one. Cash, anything to close?
Yeah. Can't wait to go make my tuna melt and build my golf lineup.
Hey, I'm saying it's not too late. Get your golf pass. Hop on the golf chat. Recast the stuff, man. His articles up, 2 articles up there. The course article plus the picks plus the NBA the golf podcast that you and Paulie did was phenomenal. I was able to build me a nice little cash lineup. I don't know a damn thing about golf, but I tell you what, I'm putting some money on it because I feel damn confident about it. Because my man CashinDFS provided the content. So never know when you might catch Cash in the golf chat. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it for us. So, for Johnny the Greek, for CashinDFS, myself, the entire Wise Take Nation, as always, good luck.
Yes.